should be no problem.
Exactly. That's
Call meeting to order. In accordance with the state statute, section 84-1412, the Open Meetings Act is posted on the north wall of the council chambers for public information. Would you join me in the pledge of allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Debbie, would you do the roll, please?
Stokely.
Here.
Howard.
Here.
Swenson.
Here.
Boozy.
Here.
Hugo.
Here.
Smith.
Here. Okay, item B, review the proposed redevelopment plan and cost benefit analysis of the Valley Drive Properties LLC redevelopment project. David?
So, since we have gone through this, August 15th, Mesner Development did receive notification that they're receiving $650,000 in home funds plus tax credits for the 11 senior living duplexes, so 22 units. So everything else, we have $1.4 million already committed in rural workforce housing funds for the quadplexes. And we're still waiting to hear on the Nebraska Affordable Housing Trust Fund, and that would be another $1.4 million. Cumming County Economic Development got some funds from the supervisors a couple of years ago, and $150,000 of that would go towards the infrastructure on this. So between that and the TIF and everything else, there'd be very little responsibility for the city, somewhere around $200,000. Those funds would be recaptured within 3 to 4 years from just the basic utilities fees. That would be it, not even counting the utility costs. So there are 70 to 90 units total when everything's built out, and talking about the majority of being built out within 6 years. So,
And the initial push is going to be the first 2.5 years. That's when we're going to be looking at those, what was it, 20 units that you were talking about with the duplexes and
the senior living and the
Yeah.
quadplexes.
Right.
That would be the original push. However, there's a local builder that's interested in buying some of the townhome lots and building townhomes there, so there may be townhomes, duplexes, and quadplexes all going up at the same time. And currently, the 2022 data shows that there's 1,200 and some people coming into the West Point every day to work, and there's 1,800 jobs. So there's 65% of the employees in West Point are coming from outside of West Point. And if we can just capture just a small portion of that, you know, this is workforce housing. This is different than any of the developments that have been done here in Cumming County before. This is more directly at workforce and senior living. So this is, in my opinion, what's been needed for quite a while and what would help many people in this town.
I guess the point we want to make here is with the tax increment financing, everything is such, we're pushing a subdivision into about a 2 to 3 year window that's going to be significantly different than any subdivisions we've done before as it relates to how it's going to be developed. In other words, you're going to see a push of, like I said, the numbers are going to have to be there for the TIF to return. So you're going to see a bunch of houses going up, or you're going to see a bunch of duplexes and the fourplexes going up right away. Comparatively speaking, I guess I've had that question a lot from several other people as how this relates to the other subdivisions and how we're doing this. They're completely different in what that return is and how quickly that return comes back.
I don't see like on here, I guess, maybe I missed it, where we're saying what that $200,000 is from the city exactly.
That is for infrastructure. That will be designated for infrastructure.
Utilities, water, sewer.
I get that, it's not like on our cost benefit, is it on this?
It's lump summed in with the, if you want to address it, go ahead. I don't want to step on it.
Just my recollection
Sure.
Then the specifics will be nailed down.
I guess what I'm getting, yeah. So when am I improving the $200,000 right now, or I'm just approving the fact that we're going to do a redevelopment? Because I mean, I don't see where I'm approving $200,000 from the city in this agreement.
The ask would be for a commitment to do that because we have to put all of the bundles together to make the project go. So it's essentially, if we're not gonna get that funding, Callan's got a hard decision to make, so it's basically a gentleman's agreement that will be coming if it is lined out appropriately in the redevelopment contract. But again, this is just a generic, are you okay to do that? If you're not, that really, that piece and the dollars that David talked about, bringing in about 18 million from David and the or from Callan and the Messers. There is no action in front of you that says we will give the 200,000, but that is the question that we want you to, if you're gonna approve it, that's a piece of it, so handshake sort of thing.
So that money will be given to the city to use for infrastructure.
Yeah,
Originally, it was $750,000 they were asking, right? And I was dead against that because we got a lot of streets improvements we need to do in town, so this figure is
yeah.
much more acceptable than.
The infrastructure bill is way north of 2 million for this project, yeah, so that all helps. It's a stack of the TIF, which isn't enough to neutralize that, and the, so that's.
The very most important items for any development, sewer and water.
Yep.
I guess on Exhibit E, you've got your eligible expenditures at 2.3 million plus, but it's for TIF, so it doesn't allude to what Shay just brought up.
Well, the tip,
TIF won't get that high.
Okay,
TIF will only go,
1.8.
at best, over the 15-year period, is about 1.8 million. So that helps bring in the balance. So the TIF calculation assumes that the assessor is going to raise valuations over time. But again, if it doesn't get that high, Mr. Herman is the one that takes his short, because he has to put all that money out now, together with these funds and the request from the city for 200. And then hope that he can get enough enough housing up to reimburse him for that cost. So, great questions. So your action at this portion of the meeting would be to either approve or not approve the resolution that says we're making a recommendation to the city council to approve the plan. I'll go and answer any questions.
I was just clarifying that, because yeah, I didn't see where in the word say anything about the city outlaying anything actually. So.
Any more discussion on this? Anybody? Okay, then I got a resolution number 2025-02, recommending approval of the City of West Point redevelopment plan for the Valley Drive Properties LLC redevelopment project, approval of redevelopment project of the City of West Point, adoption of the cost-benefit analysis, and approval of the related actions. Could I have a motion to approve this resolution?
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by Rusty. Seconded by Mark. Cast your votes, please. Okay. And then, we're gonna not have items F and G tonight. Because, there's some big paperwork that hasn't been done. So we'll adjourn this meeting.
Make a motion.
motion.
Second.
Motion made by Shay, seconded by Larry. Cast your votes. Okay. Then we'll go into the city council agenda, the budget hearing. Call the meeting to order. This meeting act is posted on the north wall of this room. Debbie, would you do roll call, please?
Stokely.
Here.
Howard.
Here.
Swenson. Boozy. Hugo.
Here.
Smith.
Here. Okay, we'll open the budget hearing for the proposed 2025, 2026 annual budget.
Yeah, this is the process we had in a few years ago, requiring the additional budget hearing and having it be a separate hearing. Total proposed budget for this coming year will be $40,938,086. And in that budget, just as a point of interest, there are two placeholders, what I call placeholders in there. One of them is the potential to get involved with the rec center. Still has a long ways to go. There's $9 million placeholder there for that. And then we also have the $2 million set aside in there for the fire rescue expansion. That's why you're seeing $40 million. Okay.
We heard anything on the turn back after
Nothing that, I don't expect to hear anything on that until the state finalizes their budget. And I think will resurface.
And that's basically the only reason that 9 million's in this budget,
Yeah.
is in case that money's come back.
Yep.
Okay.
And then how we choose to pursue that, I'll come back to you. Okay. Any other questions?
Any comments from the public out here? Anybody? Okay, I'll now close the public hearing. We need a motion to adjourn.
Just a motion.
Motion made by Shay,
Second.
seconded by Tom. Cast your votes. Okay, now we'll convene with our regular council meeting. Call the meeting to order. In accordance with state statute section 84-1412, the Open Meetings Act is posted on the north wall of the city council chambers for public information. Debbie, would you do roll call?
Stokely.
Here.
Howard.
Here.
Swenson.
Here.
Boozy.
Here.
Hugo.
Here.
Smith.
Here. Okay, the consent agenda of city appointed boards and commissions, we have none tonight. Fire and rescue departments, we have none of that tonight. Approval of the minutes of the previous meeting, treasurer's report. Claims, did everybody get a chance to go over the claims? And we have, on Boozy Machine. Everybody, they all got that problem?
Yep.
Just need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So second.
Motion made by Mark, or Jerry, seconded by Larry. Cast your votes. Okay, public hearing. Hearing to set the property tax request for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2025. I will now open the public hearing.
All right, the property tax request for this fiscal year will be $1,332,105.16, based upon the state budget form. And that's gonna bring our levy up to, was it 0.32? So we're still well below that original 45, and that will also include the levy project in there. So we're actually doing really quite well. We won't be, we need to go to the joint public hearing because there aren't that many, there isn't enough of a change in our budget to swing it that way. Anything else you want to add, Kathy?
1455, an ordinance of the City of West Point in Cumming County, Nebraska, approving the budget and appropriating the sums of money deemed necessary to defray all expenses and liabilities of said city for the fiscal year commencing on the first day of October 2025 and ending the last day of September 2026, designating the purposes for which appropriation shall be used and appropriating the unexpended balances for the various funds, repealing all ordinance in conflict with this ordinance, prescribing the time when this ordinance shall be in full force and take effect, and providing for the publication of this ordinance in pamphlet form.
Okay, I need a motion to suspend the 3 readings.
Make the motion.
Motion made by Rusty, seconded by Shay. Cast your votes. Okay, I need a motion for final passage.
Make the motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mark, seconded by Shay. Cast your votes. Okay. So we have a resolution now for the setting of property tax.
The resolution number is 2025-25. The governing body of the City of West Point resolves that the 2025-2026 property tax request be set at General Fund $1,258,294.16. The bond fund $73,811. The total assessed property value of property differs from last year's total assessed value by 10.55%. The tax rate, which would levy the same amount of property taxes as last year, when multiplied by the new total assessed value of property, would be 0.315955 per $100 of assessed value. The City of West Point proposes to adopt a property tax request that will cause its tax rate to be 0.325244 per $100 of assessed value. Based on the proposed property tax request and changes in other revenues, the total operating budget of the City of West Point will decrease last year's budget by negative 8.19%. A copy of this resolution will be certified and forwarded to the county clerk on or before October 15, 2025.
Okay, I just need a motion to approve this resolution. Motion made by Tom,
Second.
seconded by Larry. Any further discussion on this? Let's cast your votes, please. Motion carried. Okay, the City of West Point redevelopment plan for the Valley Drive Properties LLC redevelopment project for the redevelopment of the north 17.75 acres of the northwest quarter, northwest half of section 36, township 22, north, range 6 of the 6th PM, Cumming County, Nebraska, and the tract being part of addition J to the City of West Point, Cumming County, Nebraska, which plans to provide the issuance of a tax increment development revenue note.
This is just a repeat of what we just talked about.
Yeah.
There's no
Nothing
changes
else.
unless you want to add something, Mike.
Alan's here if you have any questions.
Yeah, we should introduce Galen.
Ms. Callan,
My name is Calvin Herman. I'm the representative of Valley Drive. My dad was Kelby Herman. May have worked with him quite a bit on this project, and I've taken over him, so.
Thank you. Look forward to working with you.
Okay, we'll go to item 3, special use. I'll let him go past the rest.
The resolution number. Yeah. It's right here. It's resolution number 2025-26. Resolution of the mayor and council of the City of West Point, Nebraska, approving the City of West Point redevelopment plan for the Valley Drive Properties redevelopment project. Approval of a redevelopment project of the City of West Point and approval of related actions.
Okay, I just need a motion to approve the resolution.
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by Rusty, seconded by Mark. Cast your votes. 3, special use permit for childcare center.
This is a request through Franciscan Care Services. The Planning Commission did review it and approve the special use permit to operate a daycare center up in the Trinity Church area. And from what I understand, this is going to be limited to hospital employees. So it's not going to be a public daycare, so it's going to be
Also St. Joseph's
St.
retirement.
Joseph's retirement.
No.
Okay.
Anything else you want to say, get up and talk about it?
Do you need me to?
Yeah, you can. I know you can talk.
All I want is approval.
Is there a
But a lot
resolution
of
for this?
parents want that.
Is there a res-
Yeah, there is a resolution. Where-
We have resolution number 2025-27, whereas Franciscan Care Services Incorporated has submitted an application to the Planning Commission of the City of West Point, Nebraska, and to the Mayor and City Council of the City of West Point, Nebraska, for the issuance of a special permit allowing operations of a child care center within the R2 residential single-family district on a following parcel of real estate. Point, north 1, 2 east, 2 northeast, a quarter northwest, and a quarter northwest. 37 West Point Trinity, addition to the City of West Point, Nebraska, 900 East Decatur. Okay, read.
I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Motion made by Larry, seconded by Shay. Okay. Just to let everybody know, I was up there the day they had that coffee. It's very nice up there.
They put it together really nice.
Yeah, you were there
Yeah,
too.
they did a nice job.
It's a good,
I just want to say thank you very much.
yep.
Thank you.
Okay, item 4, the municipal annual certification and program compliance to the Nebraska Board of Public Roads classifications and standards.
Okay, this is, we'll also call this the 1-6, and basically you've got a copy of it in your packet. There's a couple things in there. One is continuation of pursuing the roadway out from 13th Street to Colfax to Pleasant Drive. There's also part of the redevelopment project we're looking for the downtown improvement district. So you're seeing a piece of Main Street on there, that's also on the 6-year 1-6. And then the other thing was County Road 18, which is still on there, along with Pine Street. And I think the Pine Street segment was an addition left over from when we were originally talking about the development down around the deep property. That's also on the 6. So essentially, the only thing we really added was the Main Street section.
So that's stay on down there.
We can remove that if you want to. If you pursue it that way, yeah, you'll still have all the options on how you want to pursue that, Jerry. That doesn't set any of that as far as how it's going to be assessed or how it's going to be paid for. It's just part of the planning process. And I know also you were talking about doing that segment on Mill Street, and that's, yeah.
I think that's so important. You know, we're trying to keep the trucks off of in town, and that's a high traffic, especially agriculture, spring and fall. I think it needs to be a wide one. But we can extra concrete.
We can develop that for next year's 1-6 and get some estimates on that to what that's gonna look like for cost-wise.
You know, take a little storm and sewer work there. And I think it's a highly used road.
And it's a road we want to encourage to be used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And along with that fact, I'd like to see some radiuses increased down by entrance into the park from the east. About 8-foot radiuses. You know, people are driving over there with trailers and everything. We're gonna at least expand at least 2 of them, make a bigger radius. I mean, I think we've got a lot
ordinance 6 is kind of allowing for that to be paid, concrete paved, curb gutter, storm sewer and all that, so that might be the time to incorporate the turn lanes.
Yeah,
It's gonna be that.
we're growing, like we say, right? You know, we're out at 30 lanes. Faster, it's more progressive, smoother.
Well, it's safer too.
So since this is, has the Travel Plaza road from, has that always been on the 1-year plan?
Yes.
Where are we at on that?
We're trying to get some properties negotiated with a couple property owners on that. And working through some of that, at that intersection. That's where the challenge is right now.
Any more discussion? Debbie, read the resolution.
Resolution number 2025-28, authorizing the mayor to sign the municipal annual certification of program compliance form to be filed with Nebraska Board of Public Roads Classifications and Standards.
Okay, you just need a motion to pass this resolution.
Motion.
Motion made by Jerry,
Second.
seconded by Shay. More discussion? Cast your votes, please. Okay. Item D, bids. We have none. Current business. Item 1, Cumming County Development Report. Mr. Branch.
I know you guys are sick of seeing my face, so I won't make it too long.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know if Tom passed it out, but our budget that we have for this year is $210,000 for our office. And the way that breaks down is that $10,000 coming from CCED, $4,000 from Visitor Bureau, 7.5% from Bancroft and Beamer, 10% from Wisner, 15% from West Point. So that's $29,000 coming from West Point, $60,000 coming from the county. So that's the same percentages we've used in the past. With the local agreement, the biggest change this year is we got hit for about $20,000 in insurance because Vanessa's no longer on her parents' insurance. So we got to supply insurance. So last year was very eventful. We had many projects going on in West Point and Cumming County. We have done 22 owner-occupied projects in West Point for a total of $370,000 in the past year. The total projects in Cumming County over the last year are 47 projects for $769,000. We have also given out $5,600 in business improvement grants. Right, Miranda? And in West Point, and 10,215 in Cumming County during the last year. The demo grants were used for a total of $37,000 in West Point and $68,000 in Cumming County. So those are just grants out of our office. Cumming County Economic Development has committed funds to the housing development here for $150,000. We've also committed $100,000 for the Bancroft development and $50,000 for Grandview infrastructure. CCED has put aside $50,000 for a future housing project in Beamer when needed. CCED has committed $407,000 from the rural workforce housing funds for the duplexes across from GACC. CCED has also committed to $1.4 million in rural workforce housing funds for the West Point development. CCED is currently working with 6 regions for One Nebraska to hold a Spark Developers Academy here in the summer of 2027. We continue to market Cumming County through trade shows and publications. CCED has just finished a site readiness program through NPPD of a property south of town here, and we've got all the information together to go onto the Lois website. So, you know, I think you get a pretty good return on your money. So, and that's all I've got to say. If there's any questions, I'm here for you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate everything you do.
I'm gonna leave too. Have a good night.
Thanks, Dave.
You're welcome.
We don't need to do anything on that one.
Let's do a motion to approve.
Just need a motion to, oh, approve. Motion made by Rusty,
Second.
seconded by Shay. Cast your votes. Okay. Now we got the item 2, the Chamber of Commerce renewal agreement for economic development services. Tina was unable to be here.
And she's requesting the same as she has in the past, $20,000 for economic development purposes. There is the agreement in the packet. And she does bring you the quarterly reports, and you're required to approve those quarterly reports and take them back on our rankings.
So move.
Second.
Motion made by Shay, seconded by Larry. Oh, wait a minute. Cast your vote. Okay, item 3, we got a lot split of track B, addition I to the city of West Point, Cumming County, Nebraska. Maria Janata.
Yeah, Marie Janata made the request, they're parceling off a portion of the property that's owned by Vince Molly. And if you look at the drawing, it might be a little easier to follow. They're building a home on track 1A. Vince Molly's gonna continue to own track 2A. And Maria and her husband are going to purchase, or have struck a deal with track 2B to purchase from Vince and Elaine Molly. And Vince and Elaine Molly are also represented in this transaction because currently the property's still under their ownership, but Maria's handling everything for them for the property lot split. The planning commission did review it and approve it.
Anybody got any questions on this? Otherwise, we have resolution number 2025-29 to approve the subdivision of a tract of land located within the city of West Point, Cumming County, Nebraska. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion made by Rusty, seconded by Larry. Okay. Item 4, lot split of tract A, request of a split of tract of land, northwest quarter, the southeast quarter of section 26, township 22, north range, 6 east of the 6 p.m. in West Point, city of West Point, Cumming County, Nebraska, 3.24 acres. Kelly Leeper, Zach.
You want to take Scully or do you want to?
The ground is up by my brother's house, so Chad Rufford's house, so just doing a lot split around his house is what that first proposal is
Right,
for.
that's tract A, that's 3.24 acres. And again, the planning commission has approved it.
So move.
Okay, we got a resolution. We got a resolution number 2025-30 to approve the subdivision of a tract of land located in the city of West Point, Cumming County, Nebraska. Now you can go, Shay.
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Shay, seconded by Rusty. Cast your votes. Okay, item 5, lot split of tract B, request of a split of tract of land in the southeast quarter of section 26, township 22, range 6 of the 6 p.m. of West Point, city of West Point, Cumming County, Nebraska, 8.03 acres. Kelly is the one on this one too.
So this is near my parents' house, so Richard is.
Lucky you, huh?
I'm the family spokesperson.
Yeah.
Any questions on this, or we have another resolution? Okay, we got resolution number 2025-31 to approve the subdivision of a tract of land located within the city of West Point, Cumming County, Nebraska. Need a motion to approve? Motion made by Larry, seconded by Tom. Cast your votes. Okay, thanks. Item 8, LB 840, Economic Development Works Program to consider funding for the Scooters Coffee.
Yeah, what the Citizens Advisory Group had recommended is, this is a two-part funding process. The first part, the $60,000, which would be $30,000 loan and $30,000 grant for the sewage project. And upon completion, they'll be able before you again for an additional $60,000, which would be another $30,000 loan, $30,000 grant, and running for 7 years, and there's 0 interest on that.
Any discussion? Okay, I just need a motion to approve.
And Rusty and Shay have to abstain from this one.
Can we say a few comments on that?
Yeah.
We applied, Alex Steering, Whitney Steering, we built a building on the highway, ASWS properties. We sent in 2 applications in October of 2023. We got one approved, and we were told that the other one got tabled and was going to be moved forward once our building was erected. I reached out to Tom a couple times back in January when a few other things were going on. My application still sits with the city, and I'm being told now that I'm out of luck. That my application has to be resubmitted again, and the process has to start over. I'm just wondering where I stand on all of this and where we stand. I think the LBA 40 is great. Obviously, the money's well used without this community. It's helped a lot of people. I'm just wondering where the holes are in the process and why some people are being forgotten, and I guess that's it.
Well, I think part of it was on your funding side of things, you were gonna come back after the project was complete for additional funding, right? You just recently completed the project.
The ASWS was approved right away. We were told we need to begin construction, which we did.
Right.
The other one was gonna move forward as soon as basically we got told the drywall phase.
When it was completed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, that's still in the works. And that's still in the works along with Rusty.
I'm just wondering where we stand throughout this whole process now, because obviously going forward, it takes, obviously there's not an infinite amount of money in LBA.
Right.
And we've already gone through the whole process knowing that our application was in on a first come, first served basis type thing, and it was tabled. And the committee had looked at it, correct?
They have looked at it, yes. Yes, they have. So I look for that to come back around again.
So,
This project was voted on at the beginning of this project, just like yours was,
correct,
right?
correct.
So yours is gonna come back into play just like theirs will for the additional 60.
Okay.
So that's
And then
120,000
right behind
total.
them, excuse me,
So what was the total asked amount?
the total asked amount for who?
Scooters.
Scooters is 120,000 total.
Okay. So 60 grant, 60 loan.
Correct, yes.
I'm just wondering going forward, when is there a better timeline? I know we've talked a couple times now, so you're never gonna know. Is it the end of next year by the time anybody's gonna do it? You know, does our application get tabled again if I send it in?
No.
And it has to get
No, I
restarted
don't,
again?
I don't think so. I think we just need to keep moving forward on those applications as we get money available.
Well, but
You
I
know,
mean,
that's-
that's sat for 2 years and waited for money available, technically.
Well, no, you didn't, because you just completed that, right?
Technically, yes.
Okay, so if I understand, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong here, the initial funding was to get you started, to get you off the ground.
Correct,
And it's the same thing we're doing with
Correct.
scooters.
correct.
So once the project is completed, then your application will go back into review for the additional funding that you requested, correct? Because that's when you're gonna move from your downtown
Correct.
location to the new
Correct.
location.
So when we talked in January, that wasn't the starting of the process again?
No.
Okay.
I think your application still, I guess what I'm trying to say is, your application still exists,
I understand.
right? It's just once you finally met that crossroads of leaving the facility, that's when the next amount would be eligible.
But if that money is used to complete that facility for a built-out to suite equipment, finish the inside,
Mhm.
other things, shouldn't that money money be available for them to start that up, even if we're redoing a building or starting new?
I guess I don't understand your question.
You gave us money with ASWS to start the building off the ground,
Right.
okay? So Bliss Spa's been here for 13 years.
Right.
It's pushed a lot of people through this community and pulled a lot of people in, a lot of people that visit other places. So I guess if they're starting new in this new facility, why would that money be given out before as a start for them to redo this? Purchase new equipment, desks, interior stuff.
It's
a
our,
good, go ahead.
and I'm trusting my memory on this.
Yeah.
It was basically, you were gonna come back once the facility was complete, correct?
I never got a full
Well, I mean, that's-
statement from them, it's just what we talked about, that was
Right.
it. And that was 2 years ago,
And
so.
if I remember right, the Citizens Advisory Group was reluctant to put any money into moving or the additional offices until the offices were there and existed,
Correct.
correct?
Correct. Which
So-
they are rented out.
Which they are right now,
Mhm.
which just have recently been.
Both of them have been there for over a year. We've known.
Pardon me?
Both of them have known they were going in there for over the year.
Well, they've known they've been going on there, but the facility wasn't available till recently,
Correct.
correct?
Correct. But that's
So
a
it's on,
separate,
it's on that basis.
but that's separate though, that's ASWS, that has nothing to do with this last application that is on the table, that has been tabled. Bliss Spa is the application that's on the table,
Right. And
not the properties with the other.
But you didn't have a facility for Bliss Spa to move into till when?
I mean, now.
That's it. Yes, that's
Okay.
the point.
I'm just trying to understand, that's all we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand where the miscommunication or all of it goes into effect.
And that's one of the challenges we get into with the scenario when you start funding a project that has a tremendous amount of benefit to the community from the ground up,
Mhm.
such as you did, and such as scooters, you know, and even what you guys are looking at with your store there. So it's just a matter of getting those in place, and that's why I tell everybody, get your application in here, the sooner the better, right? So you're still in the queue, you two are still in the queue for your store, and so are these folks with the scooters.
But going forward, do we need to do anything? Do I need to keep?
Do we just keep reapplying, or is it just tabled?
No, it's just tabled until we get the funds. I've got the application, the applications are still alive,
Okay,
and so is yours. You know, the last conversation we had together with yours, Alex, was the amount of the funding. And I assume you're staying with that same amount. If you change that amount,
It's
then that application changes,
Right.
right? Then it takes a different application.
I get that.
And that's what we talked about.
I just need to know going forward if I
Right.
have to
That's still all in
stay on
Yes.
you or, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's where I was confused and where everything's blurred out, you know, because obviously it looks as we have something tabled and then there's still money going out, but
Right.
it's not,
yeah.
that's just my confusion.
Yeah, it's just, it's a timing thing. I understand exactly how it looks, but that's what it is, a timing thing. Okay?
Yeah, just need a motion.
I'm just gonna say one thing about that. I guess just to clarify for them, because I'm a little interested as well. Like, do you have like a timeline? Like, are they supposed to check back in like in January, or like a check back in March, or like a check back in June?
Yeah.
I get that. I just but
Right.
we have to know like.
I'm trying to think what it used to be, before it was a citizen advisory committee, and it was us. Was that a quarterly meeting? I can't remember.
Well, we took the applications as they came in, basically, when they came in and funding. And then, you know, there was a period of time there where we ran in the red a little bit, some of the LB 40 stuff, but, that was kind of frowned upon.
Right.
So that's why we started pulling back on the applications and the way they were, approved.
Right.
So
We've been getting more applications.
we've been getting more applications, but right now, I just had a conversation with one of the local bankers that says, they told us we have no funds right now. I mean, we've got commitments out there as it stands with everything that we just talked about. And that's, you know, if we look at how quickly the funds come in on a revenue basis, you get that on a monthly basis.
What kind of money are we talking about coming in at 840?
Every month from the city sales tax, it's around 17,500 from the city, or from the state. For the city sales tax, we get 0.25%. And then the loan payments are roughly $5,000 a month. That's the revenue per month. And it has taken a while to build it back up. On your treasurer's report, you'll see the cash balance of LB 840 right now is 158,000.
I have a question. I'm sorry. Why is the loan always 0%? Why isn't there some factor of interest there that helps us fund all these economic deals that we keep
That's up to the
putting money
advisory
into?
group, if they want it, that's up to the advisory group that sets up rates.
And who are they? Is that like, that's a appointed
They're
board
appointed
or
board,
what?
yeah. They're appointed board.
Is that,
It's a makeup of, what, 3 bankers? I'd have to go with.
Travis Oldmiller, Austin Vronick.
Pardon? Yeah.
Is it Trav? Yeah, I don't know who else is on.
And everybody has a representative.
Norma Emanuel, Aaron Brockman, no, Mike Bailey's on.
Travis Oldmiller, Austin Vronick.
Yeah.
Norma Emanuel, Dave Canelo, Austin Havrock, Aaron Brockman, Chad Eisenmaker, and Travis Oldmiller. And I don't think he's
So is there a cap you can ask for? Is there a certain amount?
There
Or
is
is it just vary between each business?
It varies between the businesses and how the pro forma looks to the citizens at advisory council. And that's what that determination is.
Okay.
And then the other thing too is keep in mind too that we also fund CCD through that process, and we fund the chamber through that process too. So, that was just another 59,000 that went out on this program.
So how many projects are committed right now to these funds?
Total projects? I'd
That
have
we,
to-
that we have monies that we're committed to?
Well, right now I've got 3.
Okay. And this will be 4?
There's
No,
always
no, they're still paying.
Right, for others that are still paying as
Okay.
part of the program.
Okay,
Right. I've got 3 right now that are not funded,
okay,
or haven't been fully funded yet.
okay. Plus this one? Or is this the third one?
No, that's the third one.
Scooters would be the third one, okay.
But I can get you the numbers of how many projects we got out there. That's not a problem.
Well, I guess I'm wondering how much money is the city committed to out of the 840 funds? But, I mean, are these people waiting for funds because there's not money in the account?
Well, the cap,
Yes,
Okay,
yes. But they have their application in the CDA, I keep saying CDA, it's not CDA, but the Citizens Advisory Group has seen those apps, and they're aware of them. So at this point, I'm turning away any other additional applications until we get these all funded. Okay?
Any more questions? Looking for a motion to approve.
I'll move that, I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Tom,
I'll second it.
seconded by Larry. Okay. Item 7, discuss the Eagles property and authorize Tom Millette, city administrator, to sign agreement.
We do have a signed purchase agreement from the Eagles. I think you've all seen a copy of it. The signed copy also, right? Did send that out
Yeah.
to each of you. In the amount of $200,000 for the Eagles property. They don't want the house, so we're gonna have to deal with that. Includes a 12-foot alleyway on the east side. west side, or would be our east side. And the property that we lose by giving up that alleyway gets added to the back of the house property.
That couple feet.
Yeah, that couple feet, that 12 feet that we lose is the additional 240 square feet goes to the west, or to the north side of that house property.
How far do we go out, bring it out?
I think it's like 4 feet by like 60 feet.
Is there a discussion on that or motion or?
Wait to see if anybody's got any discussion. Anybody out there in the audience got anything to say?
Our only one concern was with our renter, how many, if we do the deal right now, like we all agreed to, so we're fully on board here. But what kind of time, process? You know, we're probably 30 days or 60 days from signing this. Or we want some expectation of how long she has to find a new place to live.
So you don't have a lease with them at this point?
No.
Okay.
Well, it was a signed lease and then month to month, so that's kind of that way.
What's our timeline on getting signed, signature finalized, and then?
We just,
You're just over a notice
Let her
from,
know so that
Yeah.
she can find a place where.
Is that
right.
60, 90 days we could
Yeah,
have?
I think that's all we
Right.
gotta do legally.
Yeah, I think we'll give them 90 days.
Yeah.
That'd be
Right.
90,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
that's fine.
It's just so we can let her know.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, we still gotta go through the planning phase and everything,
Right,
so.
right, you got time. Good.
Okay, just need a motion to approve this.
Second.
Motion made by Rusty, seconded by Jerry. Cast your votes. Okay, motion approved. Item 8, consider approval to designate Tom Blatt, city administrator, to represent the city of West Point at the annual members meeting of the League Insurance Group Health Team.
I sit on that white board as vice chairman and discuss meeting the annual appointment. Right now, so I'm for you to do one more.
I'll make that a motion.
Motion made by Larry, seconded by Rusty. Item 9, discuss the lower Elkhorn NRD hazard mitigation plan update.
This is a process we go through every 5 years, hazard mitigation plan. If you recall, we did it with JEO and the Lower Elkhorn NRD the first time around. Everything's been updated. We haven't I haven't received the final copies yet, but I have digital copies. There's a resolution in your packet, and this is 100% of the Lower Elkhorn NRD's expense. And they get grant funds for that, and counts for our time. Actually, Jeff McGill was pretty instrumental in helping us get that together in the planning process, the planning meetings and that, so.
Did they replace him? Okay.
I don't think so.
I think Boyd.
I think Brad's definitely gonna have Allen.
You need to read something?
We got resolution number 2025-32, adopting the local hazard mitigation plan update prepared by Lower Elkhorn Natural Resources District and Lewis and Clark Natural Resources District. I need a motion to pass this resolution.
Second.
Motion made by Mark, seconded by Rusty. Okay. Item 10, approve the sale of tables from the Nielsen Center.
If you recall, we placed that order for the Nielsen Center tables, and this is going to line up disposing of the old tables.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Need a motion?
Motion
Make a
made by
motion.
Shay,
Second.
seconded by Rusty. Cast your votes. seeking bids on a loader for the street department.
This we put in this next year's budget, this matter of putting together bids and presenting it to you at either the October or November meeting. It's about a $220,000 proposition.
Make a motion.
Motion made by Rusty, seconded by Larry. Cast your votes. Special designated liquor license. Rush's Liquor Store for an event at West Point Community Theater on September 21st, 2025. Firearm Enterprises doing business as a Roadhouse Lounge for an event at the Nielsen Community Center on September 21st, 2025. Fraternal Order Eagles West Point for an event on October 24th, 5th, and 6th, 2025. Need a motion to approve these liquor licenses.
So moved.
Motion made by Tom,
Second.
seconded by Rusty. Approval of the council affiliated claim of Hugo Plumbing and Heating for services and supplies.
Make a motion.
Second.
Larry? Or, okay. We got approval of Mark Boozy's machine claim for services.
Make a motion.
Motion made by Shay, seconded by Tom. Gary? Yeah, resolution number 2025-33. Approve the application payment number 8 in the amount of $238,901.46 to A&R Construction for levee improvements, project number 130505.2.
Second.
Motion made by Mark, seconded by Larry. Cast your votes. Reports, all I got, they're coming along on the levee pretty good. Got a little bit down there before yet, and then the gate, and then the duck pond,
That fine.
But, yeah, it's looking good there.
And you'd be shocked how many people are walking now.
Oh, I know.
My dog's about there through the window every day.
My son-in-law was back for the weekend, and
Yeah, it's nice.
I think a couple times it was,
A lot of traffic.
yeah, good.
So was the paving of the trails on top of that, was that part of like this part, or was that still part of like, did the trails have money set aside for that paving on top of that, or was that just
No,
part of
it's
it?
part of the levy project.
Trails in there, maybe.
Okay.
That's all I got.
The only thing I've got is Debbie sent out invitations for the city dinner. She needs those back by October 1st.
It's a whole month away.
Came in the mail.
Yeah.
There's no mail.
Well,
It was in the mail.
The mail or? Yeah.
Yeah, it was in a nice
Mail.
old envelope.
Yeah.
Nice brown area.
Really want to open it up.
Yeah, right away.
I
It's
didn't
like,
want
what
to
is
have
this
it just a
about?
white one that said City of West.
Yeah, I
Point.
would've
Nobody
voted.
open it.
Yeah, exactly.
and what we're doing this year is we're mining.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Mining,
Yeah.
so
Much better.
I think so. Good.
Mark?
Maybe take a look at the bush.
Yeah, there's a little bit sticking out, I seen that the other day, down there, by the theater.
No,
Oh.
stoplight by the courthouse on the north side.
Oh, by the,
It's really blocking the view to the north for oncoming traffic.
oh.
Right there where that little park is.
Yeah, that's overgrown there.
Yeah,
I
it's really
seen that
blocking
today.
the view to see traffic coming from the north.
I'll, talk to Derek about that.
Yeah, it's just like.
Yeah, just said that earlier.
And the road down the road.
That's all right.
That it?
Yes.
Jerry?
You're just a long time. I tried to go by 3 times, but it's about
A new chainsaw, a new weed eater, and a blower.
I felt bad, I think it's out now, but.
And a Band-Aid, right?
Yeah, I got myself a chainsaw.
He used to take the beads out of the.
But you know, the bushes are in really bad shape. All 3 loads away. So I'm gonna cut all of them back, some, and maybe we'll tear them all out. You know, but evergreens can be pruned and trimmed. You could have just stalks going out and you could actually go through the bushes if you wanted, but you have to start trimming them. If you look someplace.
It'd be
you
pretty
drive around,
unsightly now. It'd be pretty unsightly to do.
It would now.
Yeah.
Yes, but in the beginning, you can trim up the stems and then have branches out at the end of it, kind of cool. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to. Maybe we'll apply for another grant from the state or something to redo that. That's one of the first things he did there.
And it could be replaced with lower shepherd, you know, the
Yeah,
gypsy.
so the mowing guy down, he's worried about all our signs we donated to trees. Yeah, we got some other things going there. I'll get that other crap out of it before the car show. So.
That it?
Yeah.
Dusty? Just some ordinance enforcement, phone calls I've had. There's, business owners, Hair Studio, MCS Construction, there's a private residence in between. You know what I'm speaking about there? Patrick Hutchinson building, and, you know, the people that live in there. Bunch of crap sitting everywhere.
Oh, okay. I know what you're
Impeding
talking
on their trash deliveries and just something to be looked at. I looked at it a few times and I can't really tell.
Yeah, they're used to hearing from us, so.
Yeah, it's, the phone call getting a lot lately, so.
Tom, you got anything?
I think we all got a letter from somebody about a business that is getting kind of out of hand in a residential district. I drove up there and looked at it, and it looks pretty bad, and I think we need to do something about it.
He's been sent a letter.
Yeah, he's been notified. Yeah, he's received us.
Notified what? That he's gotta clean it up, or that he can't have his business there?
To clean it
Clean it
up.
up.
Huh?
Clean it up.
Get it cleaned up.
It's really bad in the back. Chief Adams has been out there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you're talking about businesses, you know, the one down there on west of Utah, where that tree cutting business, that sign down on the market, we should designate that something else rather than residential, you know.
No.
I'm sure he doesn't run the trucks very much and makes noise, but it's kind of not a place for a business like that.
There's a lot of trucks down there. But that's the ordinance, you know, the ordinance is that you can't have a business in a residential district.
Well, it depends. That depends on the type of business.
So basically, you sent him a letter saying that he should take his mowers and put them inside, or the trailers inside, or what?
The mower issue as much as we addressed all the junk stuff around,
Yeah,
and
Junk in the driveway.
aren't operational.
sure.
Just general cleanup.
Okay.
I mean, in the back,
Yeah.
back yard would scare you.
Yeah, and we're working through the PD on that one. And the PD's working on a couple others too, that have been nuisance property for some time.
I've got nothing else.
Larry?
I just want to say I appreciate the nice welcome to the council. I've had a chance to, I put a lot of time in audit last month. Met with Tom for several hours. Met with every department within the city. Pretty impressed with the communication that's taking place now. Likewise, I've had a couple nuisance calls. I've made some site visits, and I personally didn't see the big issue that they had, and talked to Tom and Chief, and so we'll make that communication back to that individual. And I guess the other thing I want to say is, On the 21st, Doug Moritz and I rode out to Kearney to the Nebraska Forestry meeting, and our very own Dave Wimmer was recognized as a Community Forestry Award winner. So Doug and I made that nomination, so very, very worthy of any recognition that Dave, he puts a lot of time and money into our community, so.
Shay?
Bruce.
Shay?
Creamery Road, so what, did we do anything about that? Did anything happen with that?
We've got kind of a design for it. We just basically, we cut some of the ditches, but that's all we've done so far.
Yeah.
We haven't- There's some of those tubes that I think we need to change out. It's just,
So, is that something that, like, they're gonna, like, have a plan for us, and it's gonna come to us if we wanna do something about it? Is that how that's gonna work, or they're doing it right now?
we've seen the plan. We've had that.
Okay.
We presented that.
And they're working on
There's
it?
2 phases on that. No,
Okay.
we're not working on it, it's just because we haven't made a priority.
Okay.
There's other priorities.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
following up, so, yep.
2 phases of that. One was to replace the tubes on, which would be what, the east side of
Right.
Old Creamery,
Yep.
and then see how that fared, and then if that didn't work out, we were gonna put in that, it was kind of a J drain that Aces was proposing,
Okay.
which would take some of the flow back to the west and dump it that way. But we were gonna try the other side first.
So is that city responsibility, or is that
That's
homeowner?
their responsibility.
Sure.
Yeah.
City?
I think some of the services that are in there under the driveways have been plugged and drove over and smashed shut, and they're probably not getting a whole lot of flow through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be bigger.
Mhm.
And you talked about the Travel Plaza Road out here, like, so, for working with those people, I get that. Like, is that, like, you working with those people, or is that, like, we have an attorney working with those people?
No,
or-
I've got, actually, Aces is working with them because they've got a relationship with both those folks out there
Okay,
to see what we can put together for compromises to, basically, it's the intersection portion of Butterfield Road and Colfax where they come together. And the property lines are a little bit convoluted there,
sure.
the way they come together. So there was the talk of making right angle turns or making, like a John S turn to go out there. Right now, I think the thing that is gaining the most priority is to do a right angle turns into that. But like I said, we need to get a little resolution with a couple of the property owners out there.
So what's the timeline?
I really don't have one on that one right now, Larry. I'd have to talk to Aces and see where we're at.
What's the need? I've had calls,
It's
primarily ATV owners,
yeah.
that want to get out to,
Trying
to
to
the
get out of
plaza.
that area
Yeah.
now is so congested, it's almost.
and they realize they have cars, but they'd like to use their ATV.
Yeah. Can't have everything.
So,
Well, we could. We could.
Well, I know, we could, perfect world.
And, yeah. Well, isn't this the perfect community?
The world's what screwed up.
Oh, yeah, you're right, exactly.
It's not us, it's everybody else.
So, we have to congratulate you too on your award.
Yeah, 50 years.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, look at this guy in the presence of a legend.
we are, we are.
Congratulations.
You bet. Thank you.
That's all I got.
congrats.
Motion adjourned.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Rusty, seconded by Shay. Cast your votes. Okay. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
Yeah. Try to.